this person, that person, maybe.
I think that I don't know how we diverted for this being like my fault after Kyle is the one that didn't
It's
say
also
that he was going to be out of town.
because you fucking volunteer your house without being there.
Oh hi.
Hello, people.
Travis, I'm going to fucking
Are
be
we
there. I'm going
live?
to kill you.
Yeah,
Yes,
we
we're
are.
live.
Oh God. Hi.
Everyone post hashtag stop Travis in the chat.
How are you gonna blame me for
Hashtag
something
cancel
you do?
Travis. Hashtag Travis is a weenie. Hashtag
Maybe don't
Pee-pee
volunteer
poo-poo.
yourself every 5 seconds whenever
Listen.
someone says they can host.
They tried to cancel Travis 3 years ago. It didn't work. It didn't stick.
Did you say
He
stop?
keeps coming back.
Thanks for resubscribing, Aaron.
Travis is the
see what
Joe
happens.
Rogan of this.
Yeah.
Oh, why is the chat like that?
Don't say that. That's
God.
I'm not about to release a half-hearted apology video. I did not mean to say the N-word
70 times.
70 fucking times.
Well, not 70 times in 70 episodes.
Yeah. Totally wasn't me. Totally not who I am.
It was my brother.
Now I'm lost. What
John
are we referencing?
Rogan.
Joe Rogan
Oh,
just released
okay.
a new.
Yeah,
Okay, cool. You do
Yeah.
know that,
Hey,
right?
actually, this
I
is
do
our-
know. I was like, huh? Oh, yeah. Okay.
D&D is canceled tonight. This is the news with Icewind Dale.
Oh, you're
It's
up
cold
there.
up here.
It's cold.
Anybody heard about Joe Rogan? That shit's crazy.
It's going right.
Anyway,
Sorry.
all right. Well, if we were a newscast, who would do what? Who gets to do sports? I feel like Travis has
Me,
to do sports
because I'm the
he's
only one who knows
that cares
anything about sports. What do you mean? Yeah.
You're the only you're the only one that knows anything about hockey. The one sport that you know about. There's other
What do you mean?
sports in
I
hockey.
know about basketball and football.
Yeah, I know stuff about basketball and football too.
Do you?
Yeah, Travis,
When's
if you
the
know so
Super
much
Bowl?
about
We just don't talk
basketball,
about it.
name
Super
3 of
Bowl's
their
this
best
weekend.
albums.
Yeah, Travis, name an Olympic.
Yeah.
Name one single Olympic. Winter Olympic?
One Olympic.
Hello, this is Rime of the Frostmaiden, where we play D&D sometimes.
Hey,
Sometimes.
I rolled a nat 20. Can I crit this hag and just kill her instantly?
Immediately.
Who does Clay Thompson play for? That's what I want.
Didn't Oh no, that's Clay Aiken. Never mind.
I'm not asking you. There's
Clay.
no reason to ask you the question.
What was...
Oh no.
I don't know why I was thinking about American Idol. I'm sorry.
Clay Aiken. We were talking about sports, and then he's over here like Clay Aiken.
Yeah, I've told you I met Clay Aiken at
Yeah.
the A. Finley YMCA one summer.
Wait, me
and,
too.
Yeah, we beat him at cards, and he got mad. That's the only distinct memory I have of
You know,
that.
there goes our chance of getting Clay Aiken to be a fan of our show. You suck.
Clay.
Icewind Dale.
Baby, dial me up.
Yeah.
Rematch on the card game. You'll win Go Fish this time.
I'll let you.
I don't know what's happening.
I don't either.
Are we,
scared.
we're still live. I'm not sure.
We're live?
Oh yeah, Rachel, the overlay ones haven't worked in a minute. Don't worry about those. Those don't work for group things. Yeah, the stream is quite a bit laggy.
Oh.
Rachel, if it's possible, could you stop uploading your VOD and do it
Oh yeah, it's
another time?
I forgot to tell them that their video was slightly choppy. The
Yeah, they
video
know.
was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, that was because
That-
Rachel was going
yeah,
through
Travis,
Google
that
Meet.
does a whole lot of good right now.
I was just saying maybe it was related. I'm just Jesus.
Just
Less
add like
fair.
a slideshow filter to the stream, you know? We'll do it like a carousel kind of thing. Easy.
Excellent.
Easy. I guess might as well go through whatever quick announcements. There aren't many. As I said it during Shadows of Chapel on Friday, so I'll go ahead and say it again now. I will be going back to a day job, like a cog. That just means that some things might change, might adjust my Patreon. I just saw Xavier's like,
I'm just sitting over here, all of us with day jobs. I'm just like, okay, fuck you.
That's us. Bunch of fucking cogs.
Corporate war. Jesus. Christ.
well, we're going back to a day job, so things like my Patreon start playing, Twitch streams will maybe shift a little bit as I start that back up. But who knows? We'll just have to play it by ear, so I appreciate your patience. For any updates about what I'm doing, you can find all of that stuff about my games, my streams, my DM's Guild products, my Patreon over on my website, logansmithwrites.com. And I just finished putting the Sharn serial into layout, complete with artwork, map, everything. So it's going to get one more final proofread. The product page is going to get made, and so it should be up here in just the next day or so. The first Sharn Knights adventure. I'm super excited.
Hell yeah.
Very excited.
Will any of our characters appear in these serials?
Not
Thursday?
there are a couple NPCs that were mentioned offhandedly during the campaign that are in there. But also in future ones, basically, yeah, I'm going to reach out to you guys to be like, hey, do you want to be an NPC in this? Or is there an NPC that you want to appear as a character in an adventure? So it'll be a whole lot of fun.
Yeah, one of my fishies.
Nice. No. Get out.
Yummy.
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 Wrong answer.
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
And I think that's really all I want to say. So we'll go ahead and do the intro. Oh,
Who's
looks
our
like
sponsor for tonight?
Rice.
Rice Krispies? Is
No,
that
just
what you
rice.
said?
Just
rice. Rice.
Rice, yum yum yum, eat it up.
Cook it up.
Yeah.
It's got grains.
Actually, no, it's a balsamic vinegar.
Balsamic vinegar. Are you referencing that Elmo TikTok?
Yes, of course.
all right. We're gonna go to the
Balsamic
intro.
vinegar? Recommend. I changed my mind, Travis. Keep watching that.
You know what Jess should watch?
What?
Attack on Titan.
Yeah, I know.
She shouldn't.
She would hate it.
I do that last
I-
episode.
I refuse to watch that.
I'm sure we're already live by now.
Oh
but
yeah,
we're gonna watch. We're gonna watch Demon Slayer together again.
Yo,
Oh, yeah?
I need to catch up on that. Anyway,
So we're halfway
good
through the
stuff.
first season. So
So something. The chat is getting messed up. It's the wrong
Why?
little chat.
stop it.
Let me just delete that one. Something I'm gonna bring back is some role playing warm ups.
Oh.
So who does not have inspiration?
I don't think I do.
I don't. Unless I got one when I was absent.
So
No, you didn't.
Alan and Jacob
Yeah.
I don't either.
Carson, you're muted.
and Travis.
Carson, I know Xavier does.
I don't either.
Yeah,
I got it.
because
Last time. Because you guys
Okay.
voted, so thank you.
So I'm going to roll a d4. I'll go across my screen. That is a Travis.
Oh, good.
Travis,
Did you
roll a
roll
d20.
a Travis?
I rolled a
You're
Travis. Travis, roll a d20
Good.
for me.
get a D6
That
with all of our
requires
faces
me
on.
having a D20. Give me a second. D20, you said.
I forgot to get out my dice again.
That would be a 2.
A what was it? A what?
A 2.
Do.
It's a 2, Nettie.
Stop.
First role playing warm up. Oh no. Travis, what is the one thing that makes Louis smile?
I'm gonna go with the thing that's not the obvious. I'm gonna say just hanging out with the group of people that he's currently with. I think he's really enjoying just being with people because he doesn't actually usually like he's friendly with a lot of people. Maybe it's just a very extroverted
Nice.
problem, but he's friendly with a lot of people. But having that like meaningful connection is something that he is very much enjoying.
That's actually very, very sweet.
And also the challenge of having a whole party of people that he could possibly great.
Yep.
All right, so go ahead and give yourself some inspiration.
Yeah.
Remember, you only get you either inspired or not. So
Xavier, why are you giving me that face?
Rachel, Freudian slip on that one, eh?
Hey, yo.
Heyo.
Here you go. I gave you some inspiration too.
What? Oh, I already have inspiration.
Oh well, give it to someone else. Pick
I would
someone
say
else.
it's going into a pool. So that basically
they
just
put it-
replaces the one that Travis got. So we're still at 2.
Nice.
Okay. So, a little bit of a recap just to really get into.
I can do it. I can do it really efficiently.
Go for it. Look.
So
away.
we were looking for the fishermen. We got to the entrance to this cave after crossing the lake. We found their boat, but the boat had their stuff in it, but they were not there. But then some harpies showed up, and they were really sexually aggressive. It was very offensive. Was not great. Norm got charmed and jumped into the water. Was not good. But between a fog cloud and some I don't know what this is doing right now, but I feel like you want me to rap or something. and
There
I'm
were a
not doing
couple
it.
times that what you were saying had a little bit of rhythm, and you were like, "We were finding the fishes,
yeah.
but they were not there," and I was like, "Yeah."
Norm was in the water. That was bad. He got out. That was rad.
that was such a hard eye roll, and
Yeah,
then
I know.
mute everything.
Xavier had to leave. He was like, I can't do it.
Fucking
Uh,
DJ Jazzy
but-
Jeff type beat.
Yeah, for real. But we were able to dispatch them, suffering very minor wounds, nothing too crazy. Louis hit something with a bow and then didn't. We went into the cave. We looked around. Wynn was able to convince a water elemental to not attack us with a very clutch conversation. Was able to pacify it and let us pass. Then we walked a little bit further, snuck around, found a big old cavern of bones that we did not shillelagh. We did not bone the shillelagh.
Gotta remember to bone your shillelaghs.
Can never bone the shillelagh unprompted. And then we found an old lady cooking humans in a pot, and Louis went to talk to her, and she revealed her true form to be a grotesque old lady. And then she said that she was the lady. She was some kind of like Lady the Lake or the White Lady. Is that what it was?
Yes.
The
Yep.
White Lady. And then we heard something approaching from behind us as the rest of us were hiding in the corridor. And then that was it. And then we stopped.
Woo! So, thank you very much, Jacob. So, I'm actually going to, in Owlbear Rodeo, jump us over to the map. And if you recall, it's very big, so you may need to zoom out and zoom back in case you get lost. Louis had pulled up a chair made of bones for he and this old lady to sit on after she finished stirring up her stew. She appeared as just an ugly old lady sitting next to you, Louis, but then whenever she mentioned she was the White Lady, and her current form isn't her true form, just to, for anyone that wanders in there, and you asked to see her true form, and so she obliged. All the while, the folks back here who were hiding around the corner heard a cracking of ice coming from behind them. So first thing first, Travis, if
White
you
Lady question mark?
White Lady question mark? Travis, if you will roll a wisdom saving throw for me.
Goodbye, Louis.
Hey, yeah. Wisdom
Bye.
saving throw. I have a pretty high wisdom. I don't know.
That's what they all say.
Does it mean anything? No. I rolled a 10.
Am I in the cave too?
Oh yes,
Yes.
I just got rid of your thingamabob. So 1 second, I'll drop you in.
I apparently
Norm dispels his invisibility.
I don't believe in
Guys.
rolling above a 10. And I think this happened last time as well.
Oh,
Legit.
I forgot how gnarly the white lady token looked.
She looks.
Yeah.
I can't really see it very well. I have to zoom in.
Yeah, zoom in. Get a good look.
Ugh,
This
Yeah.
white lady,
Ugh.
this white lady is.
that's a thumbs down for me.
What do you mean?
She's certainly white. So you all, your attention's kind of divided.
Someone
back
quote
there.
that.
Attention kind of divided. You start hearing the cracking of ice behind you, but then you're sort of hearing this sexualized conversation between Louis and this old lady, talking about revealing her true form, and you're like, what the fuck has Louis gotten into? And just as you start to direct your attention over to the cracking of ice, you hear Louis emit a blood-curdling scream from within the cavern. And if I can get all of you to roll initiative.
Travis, what does that
Alright.
sound like?
Yeah, Travis, scream for me.
Ah.
Yep.
I
Uh-huh.
think Ethan Burke, I think even if he was in pain, he'd probably just reach up and be like, ah.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh,
It's like a background R&B track.
Oh no!
Oh no.
The hag's gonna get me.
Oh my stars!
That hag's gonna get me.
I have been injured.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna use my inspiration on this.
Okay.
On
Can
your
Can I do this on my saving throw?
You sure can.
Cool. Then I will certainly try again.
Did you roll low?
He rolled from an 18 and then toppled down to a 4. So
that
yeah.
hag's gonna still
Bro,
get
I feel
you.
that with every fiber of my being. It's like, oh, crit. Oh.
Louis screams even harder.
Ah.
yeah.
Owie!
So Gil, what was your initiative?
16.
16. Ventus.
20.
20. Casimir.
12.
Win.
I also got 20.
Oh,
Let's go.
Look at you go. Louis.
6.
Nobility got that fast pass going.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. Rich boys. And Norm, what was yours?
19.
Wow. Almost everyone rolled so high.
Logan
Yeah.
grits his teeth. Oh, that's good.
Oh wow, great, love it. That's okay. We're jumping straight to Ventus and Win. You hear the cracking of ice from behind you and the scream of Louis from up ahead of you.
I'm gonna go towards Louis, I think. Hearing him scream, I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right there.
Okay. Back
Or-
up 2 spaces for me to the left.
Yes.
Because as you do, it's almost like you're hit
Mhm.
with a flashbang as a bright white orb of light, almost this pale bluish white, appears directly in front of your face and just in a big shock of electricity as a strange ethereal looking glowing orb appears and shocks you.
Ouch.
Ouch, I am hurt.
That's it. Yes, that's an actual 20 for the first freaking roll.
Stop that.
Oh man, what's your max HP?
Right now 17.
24 points of shock damage.
Bye.
Christ.
And you all watch as Ventus runs down the stairs. You see and hear a shock and then a thud of a body hitting the ground.
Cool. I'll see you guys next week.
The bodies.
Bodies hit the-
Oh no!
I feel like I'm like
danger.
I feel like I'm like slightly jogging behind him. And I see this. I'm just like, okay.
Okay. All right then.
So I'm gonna be like right here. I see Ventus just on the floor.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna.
Go back
I'm
the
gonna.
other way.
I'm going to whisper.
leave.
I'm gonna whisper a healing word to him. Listen, I'm gonna promise not to talk about this, but you are a prince to a future kingdom. You cannot be going down in one shot like this. Is the second time. Get up. And I'm going to heal you 6 points.
Okay.
Nice.
Just lay on there. I'm like,
Just a silent thumbs up.
It's a
thank you.
Charred, your hair standing on end like an anime character, even more than it normally does.
Yeah, and that's all I'm gonna do right now for my turn.
Okay.
Actually, can I take? That was my bonus action. Can I take the dodge action?
Definitely, sure can.
Ooh, sweet.
That's gonna take it down to Norm. You hear cracking of ice behind you, and for Alan's sake, the room. So on the map, there's a little dotted red line that is a trail of blood. And the
Ooh.
room that it's leading to is actually a room littered with bones and rusted armor and all sorts of stuff. But one of the notable things was that there was a giant skeleton frozen in the ice.
Wait, where Louis is?
Other
No,
direction.
opposite side. If you can see my little pointer.
Oh, okay. I
This
thought you
room
meant-
is where the ice cracking would be coming from.
Oh, okay. Cool. Can I dash?
Sure.
Okay. I want to use Goring Rush.
Ooh.
But can I dash so that I'm like pushing the glowing orb and then also like end my dash at the white lady?
Are you trying to push the orb?
Push.
Louis is gonna die.
Oh boy, we all might die.
Yep.
Way it's going.
Like kind of like an S curve, you know?
What's the language of your goring charge? Do you have to be in a straight line, or can you do some weaving, dodging motions?
Immediately after you use the dash move and move at least 20 feet, you can make one melee attack with horns as a bonus action.
And you're wanting to try and push that little orb into the white lady?
Yeah. It's like poking like a fencing sword into a tennis ball, and then you just keep charging like a lamb.
I don't think that you've watched fencing before. I don't
Um,
think you
perfect
understand
time
how
to-
that sports works.
Yeah, this is a perfect time to talk about Olympics. As we had mentioned before.
Which Olympic?
The winter, obviously.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's actually-
Name a single Olympic.
Name one Olympic.
I've played Gwent before.
Alan, yes, you can definitely do that. So dashing and moving. Are you gonna save your gore attack for the white lady, or use it on the orb first? Because you won't necessarily be able to do both.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand the physics of this.
Me too.
I guess I have to attack the orb because I'm contacting that first, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and make your gore attack as you get up next to it.
Okay. Am I proficient in my horns?
Yeah,
Okay.
I would assume so.
I would assume
19.
so as well. A 19 does hit. Let's go ahead and roll your gore damage.
It's gonna be 1d6 plus strength piercing. Ooh. Okay, plus strength. So 9 piercing.
9 piercing. So your horn makes contact with it and tears straight through it, but it sort of just and maintains its position as if it's this kind of ethereal, wispy entity.
So, do I go through it?
Basically, yeah, you go through it.
Okay. Do I
You can
feel
keep
anything?
charging though. It feels cold. It's a little shocking. Your fur stands up on end a little bit.
So I've got like the static balloon effect on me now?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And I'll keep charging towards the white lady.
Okay, keep charging to the white lady. And yeah, you can get up there. Sweet, 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 sweet. It's gonna take it to Gil.
I'll
Okay.
wink at-
From where I'm standing, it looks like I have some line of sight around that corner. What do I see in the previous room?
A little bit of broken ice that wasn't there before. That's fallen onto the floor,
Oh boy.
like loose rubble.
Was that the
Okay.
room where the giant skeleton was?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yep.
I wonder what it could be.
I can only imagine.
We're here to aid you.
Heard there was trouble.
Okay. I'm gonna move. Knowing that that's behind us, knowing that something's happening behind us. I mean, we already hear the noises anyway. And I'm gonna move to like the top part of the steps.
Mhm.
Since I'm tall and it's top steps and stuff, I can imagine I can see the white lady from where I'm standing.
Yes. Definitely
Cool.
not white. Definitely not the sweet little lady that she once was.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to cast Searing Smite.
We're doing this.
We are fucking doing this.
All right. Throw down,
And
brother.
then, I'm gonna one target at a time. I'm gonna start hitting I'm gonna start shooting at the white lady because obviously she has done something to Louis. So
Before.
okay. Oh, and it fell. Damn it. Okay, I'm gonna use my point of inspiration to reroll that. That's better. Dirty 20.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Coolio, let me double check. Nice. Okay, cool. So that is 9 points of piercing damage and 5 points of fire damage, and the white lady is now on fire. So
I love it.
Good start.
Lets out just a wretched, raspy, reedy scream directly into Louis's face.
gross. And that's it. That's all I got.
So she is screaming and on fire. So, Louis, what you see is now this wretched old woman, skin clinging to her cheekbones, covered in festering wounds and boils, leaking some kind of discolored fluid. She has some kind of fungus growing between her fingers. Her nails are cracked. One of them seems entirely ripped off, bleeding ever so slightly. And now she's on fire and screaming. And she looks at you. And you see that those once glassy eyes of the old lady have now been replaced with these dark black pools that seem to just go on forever. And if you will make a wisdom saving throw for me, Louis.
Again?
Yes, again.
Okay. while I'm making this, I'll just say, ma'am, I thought you were hot before, but you're even hotter now, as she catches on fire.
Boo.
Boo.
A 10, because I can't roll above a 10.
Louis,
Norm
you
looks at
drop
Louis
to
and
0
says,
hit points automatically
All right.
because she uses her death glare.
All right. As I drop to 0 hit points automatically. Give me a second. Oh, that's the wrong character. All right. Yeah. This character's special ability is that he dies. Cool. I'll be at 0 hit points.
Level 2. Level 2.
Level 2.
We're level 2, guys. Ugh.
That is her whole turn. And that's now going to take it to Casimir.
Okay, so
We are fucked.
I guess in the intervening seconds, it's as Gil is moving up, I'll just go. What do you say?
Something's coming out of the ice.
Alright, forward it is. And can I move diagonally through this square?
No, you cannot.
Okay, cool. I will then move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can I? I'm pretty tall. Can I see the white lady from where I'm at?
Yes, especially now that Louis has fallen out of his chair onto the floor.
Oh, that's right. I'm gonna go Louis, and I'm gonna fucking reach into my little canister, or bring forth a harpoon and send it her way.
It's not Louis anymore. Now it's Lou.
That
Angry
was
Louis.
a 24 to hit.
Yeah, that's gonna hit. And Austin, when does she take any extra fire damage? Her turn, your turn?
Makes a Constitution save at the start of her turn.
All right. And I already checked. Favored foe does work on range attacks. It just says when you hit a creature with an attack roll. So in this moment of panic, seeing like one of my only friends in the past forever go down, my one good eye just flashes with anger. I tear forth this kind of hooked harpoon from this canister, and I reel back with my fucking long ass bugbear arms, and I send it reeling. And as I do, I say a word in this weird guttural language that I'm fairly confident none of you speak. And as it sinks into her fucking there's a swirl of kind of nature, her frost magic that it coalesces around the wound and forms these bloody ice crystals that dig further in. So that's going to be an extra D4. All right.
Yeah.
So farm
Norm
plus
says, yeah,
or
magic.
9 points of damage.
Yeah.
You said 9?
9 points of damage.
Okay.
All-purpose damage.
Yeah, really, just everything hitting her all at once. She boos and hisses. And as the ice, hits her, blood and melted ice running down her thick, ratty, dreadlocked hair that clearly hasn't been washed probably since forever. It's almost just like one big clump around her head. Wow. Anything else, Carson?
That's my action and bonus action. So I believe I am good.
Okay. And Austin, you said at the beginning of her turn?
Yep,
Okay. She would have gotten a 15.
that saves. And she's no longer on fire.
Steaming, singed, steam coming off her, ice melting, looking absolutely furious, and also very, very ugly. Louis, if you will make a death saving throw for me.
don't want it though. Oh, death saving throw, you say?
Mm-hmm.
Give me half a second. I need to. Cool. Let's do this death
Ah.
save.
I didn't surprise her, did I?
You did not.
Okay.
Okay, just roll on a d20. That's a 16. That's
Heyo.
hey. That's above a 10. Let's go.
Awesome. This floating orb of light is going to zip zap Casimir.
Good luck.
Shout out to the 2 crew. That's gonna miss. Psh! A big shock of blue electrical energy. And I think that's about all it can do.
Bob and weave.
Jacob's been healed. Yep, that's about it. It's just gonna move. Oh, right there. Oh.
I'll take an attack of opportunity.
With what?
We'll whip out a little knife. Go.
Attack with your knife at disadvantage.
At disadvantage.
You're prone.
You're prone, bro.
He's got a shoe knife.
Okay, so that's a 14.
That misses. So it's just gonna move right there. It wasn't moving very far. Yeah, Ventus, it's your turn now.
I'll let Win go first.
Oh, win. Okay.
I'm just gonna chill for a minute.
Oh, and of course, those of you who are still sort of at the tunnel, you hear a massive cracking of ice coming from behind you.
I'm gonna do that thing like when you're skiing or snowboarding and you fall down, or even if you just fall down in general and you're just on the ground after you like wipe
You just
out.
lay
like,
there
I'm
for
just
a
taking
minute.
I'm taking a minute. You can go first.
I have a plan. All right, so I'm going to move here, which I know is putting me close to the wisp or whatever this orb is. You all watch as You all watch as a black crown that's shined with constellation of stars appears over my head. My eyes immediately go black, and you hear that voice that you heard before as I say, "The warrior of twilight has arrived," and I immediately cast my Twilight Sanctuary.
Okay.
So,
Hell yeah.
so that's my channel divinity. So, sphere centered around on me, 30-foot radius, filled with dim light. It lasts for a minute. Whenever a creature, including you, ends its turn in the sphere, I can grant one of these benefits. I can either do 1d6 plus 2 temporary hit points, or in an effect of either being charmed or frightened. So if I place myself right here,
Okay.
I should be able to hit Norm, Louis, Casimir, Ventus, as well as Gil. So whenever your turn ends, just remind me, and I will grant you temporary hit points.
Fucking A.
Cool.
Okay. So that's my action.
Love it.
Bonus action.
I had a similar.
I don't have a lot of spell slots, so I don't. I'll hold on before healing you just yet. I don't have a lot of spell slots.
Well, you can give him temporary HP at the end of the turn.
It doesn't.
It doesn't when you're unconscious.
Yeah.
Does it
But-
not?
No.
Not when you're unconscious.
Oh.
But okay, cool. That's my whole action.
Awesome.
And yeah.
Cool.
Right.
I'm gonna grant myself temporary hit points. Let me go ahead and roll this too. Okay, 6, 7, 8. That's 8 temporary hit points for me.
Damn. That's no joke.
It's really good.
I'm gonna, for my turn, I'm gonna move up to kind of, now that Louis is on the ground, do I have a clear line of sight on the white lady?
Yeah.
Cool. I will just kind of pick myself off the ground first of all. I'll probably like put my arm up and kind of reach out to Casper and be like, "Do you mind?" and I'll go. I'll pat. I'll put my arm very lightly on Castor's back, like, "Thank you. I owe you one." And I walk over next to Win. And I go, "I owe you two. Like the number two.
Oh,
Probably
I'm keeping
more.
track.
I know you are. I know." And looking past the wisp, I will look at Louis on the ground and be like, "I'm not losing another one." And I will raise my hands in front of me and kind of gather energy, and I will cast Chromatic Orb, channeling fire and shooting
Awesome.
a fiery orb at the White Lady.
At Louis.
At Louis. Finish him. And that is going to be a 19.
A 19 hits.
Yeah, it does.
Very nice.
Let's see, and that
It's like a million D8.
it's like, I don't think it's a million. I wish, that'd be cool. 3d8.
Million D8 base damage, a million.
Base damage million. That would be pretty neat. All right. Okay. There's 2 7s and an 8. So that's gonna be 22 points of fire damage. As I just gather that energy and just shot put it right towards her.
After the fire just went out, now she's steaming from the icicles that just hit her. Now lit up again. It's lit. Immediately singes, staggers back, breaks through the bone chair that she was sitting on. Anything else on your turn?
No, I'm a wizard. I don't have bonus actions. you crazy?
Jacob, you get 7 temporary hit points.
There it is.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, beep, yeah.
Oh, beep yeah.
Norm,
Hey.
as she was just blasted back by this mote of fire, she staggers back. Like it physically pushes her a bit, and she falls down to one knee. And you see her long dark hair draped over her face, her hands cupping her face beneath. And as you rear up, getting ready to do whatever you're about to do, you can hear her quietly sobbing and saying, "No more. No more. Please, I'll give you anything. I give you treasure from the bottom of the lake. You could take my magical cooking pot, anything." And at this point, you see that this light wisp over to the side has stopped moving. And Gil, the cracking of ice stops for a second, and you hear it's like a sigh almost. And just for a moment, everything pauses. But Norm, it would be your turn. What do you do?
Take her pot.
Unu finishing.
I
the one
mean, it seems like a pretty nice pot. I don't want the contents.
I can
But-
do any.
Essentially, do you move to hit her?
Break it, John.
Do you help Louis? Do you?
Wait, is Louis okay? How's he doing?
He's dying.
He's dying.
Dying.
Dying? Okay.
Yeah, Louis fine. Yeah, Louis just leave Louis alone, I guess.
Louis just taking a nap. A long nap.
He just got all that happened was the
We'll
lady
wake up for it.
he died. I
We'll
don't.
wake up from that nap until we all die. It's fine.
Can I use?
Bro.
Oh, I have my,
Hashtag that's deep.
that thing that cures wounds.
What?
What?
The charm from Christmas.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you do
Bro.
have the from helping the little girl. You have a charm that lets you do cure wounds.
Does that cost an action or a bonus?
It would be your action, yeah.
action? Okay.
Mhm.
This bitch literally just looked at me because I was flirting with her. She almost killed Ventus and myself. And then she's like, "Oh, I don't know."
Is Louis conscious? Or
No.
Oh,
No.
He's straight up bleeding on the ground.
Actively bleeding out and dying.
Actually, I guess he wouldn't be bleeding. He's just dead on the ground.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
no
that's fair.
blood.
There
You
you
got
oh
stabbed.
damn.
He got
Wait,
looked
we're
at funny.
for my bonus action? Sorry.
Hmm?
Huh?
What are other things I can do for my bonus action?
Second wind, action surge. And second.
Action
wind?
surge is a freebie.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's not. Second wind, you heal yourself.
I goofed. I had more HP than I thought I did.
I'll use one of my the charm thing. So now
Okay.
On,
s-
on Louis.
yeah. Go ahead and roll a d8, and then I think it's just normally your spell casting. So eventually it'll be your intelligence. So you can add your intelligence.
Oh, 8 plus 2.
Nice. So Louis, you're up to 10.
Hell yeah, that's most of my hit points.
Nice.
And
That's a big rip for me, brother.
I want to use action surge to topple the white lady.
Like just pin her
She's
to the ground.
surrendered.
Yeah.
She's surrendered.
Yeah, you could definitely do that, and just bull rush her down to the ground, pin her down.
Ooh.
You see her
And then
face is all singed and boiled up, flesh melted off. And then what? And it's sobbing and
No.
saying, "Spare me."
Norm, knowing that goats obviously cannot catch fire, says, "Poser."
What?
Can we go to the next person's turn, please?
Yeah, so at this point, all of you will notice that this will-o-wisp that is floating around ceases and floats off to the side, kind of just backs away. The cracking of the ice beyond stops, and
Punked by a
Wink.
will-o-wisp.
we can kind of open this up a little bit and do what you will.
Norm, you get 6 temp hit points.
Nice.
Just in case.
Thanks.
But yeah, she's just essentially just saying, "Spare me. You can take my magical pot. You could take. I can bring you treasure."
Are we still in initiative?
No, now we're just opening her up.
I'll kind of like brace myself up against the wall. Someone that's better at reading people than me. See if she meets it. I can't.
For sure. Yeah. Whenever you while you're pinning her and you say you
mean it.
I'm gonna stare intently in her eyes.
Norm knocks her down.
Do you read it?
Do you mean
I'm gonna see if she means it.
it? Make an insight
Roll to
check
mean
for
it.
me.
Okay.
Can I do it too?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh my god, my first good roll. All right, that's gonna be a 24 for me, fam.
3.
She's lying through her teeth, Norm. Can't trust her. She's evil. Louis, yeah, she's fearing for her life. And she's willing to do anything. She even offering up her magical cauldron that she was cooking in, and also she says she can deliver a chest full of gold.
We could, if we were to give the gold to the townspeople, that could really do a lot for us as far
Yeah.
as reputation.
Question.
My main problem is, as I stand up, ma'am, I was just chatting with you, and you just straight up looked in my eyes and killed me. So I'm kind of having some issues.
Norm closes his eyes while he's grappling this lady.
You just hear from the back in my Warrior Twilight voice, "The hag dies." Kill her.
You're
Show
muted,
no
Carson.
mercy.
To me?
You're muted,
I think to
Carson.
everyone, Carson, yeah, you're muted.
She killed all those people.
Ma'am, did you kill him, or did the other people kill him? I mean, what's happening?
The giant skeleton killed them.
Oh, for you?
Yeah.
Cool.
Did you do it to keep them out of your territory, or did you do it because you were looking for a meal?
Are you a dwarf?
A bit of both. They wandered in here, and the stew that cauldron normally makes is terrible. So I wanted to add some flavor.
So you are the people?
I'll kind of look over to Gil, kind of give him the face of like, seems like we're killing this bitch. And then I'll tap. She tried to kill me, so I'm just gonna look at her and say, "Ma'am, where is this treasure exactly?"
At the bottom of the lake.
Can I, Louis, come over here a second.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk over.
And while Louis and Vintage are talking, Gil's gonna ask her a question or two.
Okay.
I think that there's something in the hall. You were over there talking to her, so you didn't. I think has some form of reinforcements, and as simple as it seems to just kill her and take the treasure for ourselves, I feel like it might be a more tactical decision to just accept this armistice and leave.
Yeah, but we can't just. I mean, she's killing people. That's kind of the whole purpose of this thing. Was not just to. I mean, what are we just gonna let people die? I mean, she's forced in for a reason.
But I don't want you to die in the process.
I'll be fine. I've died before. Actually, twice now.
I will put my arm or my hand on your shoulder, and I will look at you very, very sincerely in the eyes. I've had enough of my fair share of loss in Icewind Dale since I arrived here already. I really don't care to lose another friend. Can you just stop?
I come back
Stop.
though.
Stop. Listen to me. Listen to me. It is not worth losing anyone in here to achieve some kind of moral victory. As you and Casimir and Gil have stated, things here are terrible, and there are people doing terrible things, but killing her is not worth sacrificing any of us at this moment.
Okay,
if we really feel that strongly about taking her out of the equation, we can do so at a later point. At this point, we should leave.
I'm gonna, since I'm standing beside you, I'm just gonna be still in my Twilight form. What is the holdup? Just kill her already.
Oh God.
So wait, she killed the town people?
Yeah.
Okay.
She killed the fishermen we came to look for.
Awesome.
Or ate them.
Questions?
Or just brought their bodies in after the harpies got them. Who knows?
What about the ferry? She got anything to do with that?
That is a good question.
Ma'am, did you do anything with that there ferry?
Do you know Santa?
Well, first, Austin, what were the questions you were going to ask her while they were having their conversation?
I was going to ask her what the pot. I was going to look at her and go, "You want to give up this pot? What does the pot actually do?"
Put water in it, turns it into soup.
So it makes food.
It makes food.
Is it good?
It's terrible.
My companion poses an excellent question. Do you have anything to do with the freezing of the lake?
No, that's the Frostmaiden's doing.
Fair enough.
Wasn't the lake freezing a more recent thing though? Wasn't it like the Frostmaiden thing has been going on for 2 years, but wasn't the lake a more recent thing?
It's always been a little bit like it's been freezing, but it's only been in the past maybe 6 months that the ferry has stopped running. So it's definitely getting worse, because at least now it's sort of
Okay.
a lot of ice and then a bit of water near the middle. But, you know, every week that little bit gets smaller and smaller and smaller.
Okay, but it seems to be like kind of a downward continuation of a trend rather
Yes.
than like
A
a spike in something that was already bad.
Correct.
What if we brought her back?
To the town.
Yeah.
For what purpose? To let them have their justice over it?
She killed their people, right?
She's obviously also possessing of powerful magic. If she wished to get away, she could harm many people in the process, even if they stopped her.
I look at White Lady. Can you do that?
You see that the melted skin that's on her face start to shift around a little bit, and she doesn't look like the old hag anymore. Now she looks like an ugly version of Louis. Like super ugly Louis. Missing a bunch of his teeth, kind of broken Owen Wilson nose, all sorts of boils and moles on his face. One eye bulging out. What do you mean my son's taking me into prison? Boy, why are you doing this? And she turns back and says, it would be difficult. Yes, I can pretend to be many.
And what happens if we leave you here? You gonna keep killing?
Well,
You gonna keep butchering people like that? Add them to your stew?
says, well, if they wander into my home, then maybe, but I just have to learn to be careful around these parts.
Icewind Dale's brutal enough without people like you.
How long have you lived here?
A few decades.
Where'd you come from?
The lake. I was born there. Told you, I'm the White Lady, and I can bring you the treasure at the bottom of the lake.
I'm gonna go ahead and say again, if we're making a decision, we need to finish it up because asking her a bunch of questions ain't exactly useful.
Do I believe her?
Make an
That she's
insight
the white
check.
lady. Okay. Ooh.
Can we do
13.
Given her appearance, she doesn't necessarily match the description of the White Lady as this like ethereal, ghostly, beautiful lady in a white dress. But then you glance over at that floating will-o-wisp over nearby, and you could see it, that, you know, from a distance, if she is lake-born and does have this light with her, that she could create this illusion of
This
being...
is like a manatee mermaid type
Kind of. It
situation.
does seem that way, but whenever she says she's the White Lady, it's less of that she is, but more that she's taken on the role of it. So you're not sure whether that's like she's created it and is assuming the role, or if it existed before her. Not totally sure.
Can we deport her?
What the fuck?
Like
All
back
due
into-
fairness, this is where people get deported to.
Yeah.
Go
Icewind
back to the
Dale.
lake, sea hag.
They send you here to die or figure it out. Why do you think there's so many
Is this the
criminals here?
Australia of the Forgotten Realm?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, Easthaven was literally founded by criminals.
Criminals.
That went to exile here.
Well, what we doing?
She pipes up a little bit and says, all the gold at the bottom of the lake could do Easthaven some good.
Not having someone that puts people in a stew can do a lot better.
Wind's making a lot of sense to me.
On the one hand, wind does make a lot of sense to me, but on the other hand, I don't kill enemies who surrender.
Should we vote?
There don't seem to be no voting. It just seems to be the first person to do something. If y'all want to, I mean, we can leave if we want to. I don't truly give a shit. I mean,
Yeah, Boomer.
I'm. My only apprehension is, I fear the repercussions if we are to kill her right now.
Yes, my undead spirits and skeletons and the beast within the caves will eat you before you can make your escape.
see, that's not actually how that works. Actually, funny enough, I'm pretty sure.
Cool. I'm taking my spear in my hand. I'm just gonna walk up to her. You all know my intention. I'm not even hiding my intention.
Really? You're being so subtle.
I will neither help nor stop him.
I'm in similar mind. If you're gonna do it, I'm not helping, but I'm also not gonna stop you if you feel
I'll
that
walk up.
convicted.
And shillelagh as well. I haven't shillelagh'd something, so.
Gotta
Bone
shillelagh
that
them
shillelagh.
bones. Gotta bone them shillelaghs.
Is Norm still holding her prone?
Yeah.
I'm on her. Yeah. I want to say one more thing to the gray lady.
Mm-hmm.
If you get us the gold and then we spare you, can you owe us a favor?
Why would I owe you a favor?
Because we won't.
That's what
Those
the
guys won't kill you.
that's what the cauldron and the gold is for.
How about just the gold? And a favor.
You know, if we're thinking about this logically, we could just send Wind to the bottom of the lake. He could swim in the water, and we don't really.
All right,
even
I'm
need
gonna
any
go
gold.
ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and swing with Win.
Cool. Same. Yeah, I take my spear both hands, and while Norm's holding her down, I just aim it at her head.
I'm gonna shillelagh.
Can I block it?
You can't block both, unfortunately. And so one of them will pierce through, make contact, and her final words actually. Does anyone besides Gil speak Giant?
Nope.
Gil, in Giant, she, right as the trident shillelagh are coming down, Norm tries to throw up his hands. She whispers something in Giant under her breath, saying, "To the death," and then the trident pierces through her skull, and you hear a crashing of ice
Ventus, get
and
away
a
from
zap.
the wall.
And before we do anything else, we're going to toilet cat, and we'll get started once more.
Slightly extended toilet cat so I can
Oh
walk
boy.
away.
Extended toilet cat, so we will be right back.
The heart of cards, but you got the heart of Texas.
Deep in the heart of Texas.
That's truly one of my favorite fucking memes.
So good.
So, before we roll initiative, it has definitely been several minutes for this conversation, so if you had cast anything or used any features or abilities that have a duration of like anything less than 10 minutes, basically, it would have faded by now.
Damn. God mode's off.
God mode is off. Yeah, it probably went off right as you stabbed her in the head, and then you're like, what?
She.
Where am I?
Where am I? Who are you? And then next up is if I can get another initiative roll from everybody.
Hell yeah. Let's see if I
boy.
roll better than a 6.
Probably
I did
gonna-
not.
Knowing
I
my
rolled a 4.
trend, I'm gonna roll worse.
Ooh. 17.
Also 17.
Oh, we got double 17s. Let me write those down before we forget.
I got a bow.
No way.
Yeah.
So let's see. I got 17 for Casimir, 17 for Norm. I've got what for Gil?
A 3. I rolled a natural 1.
And Louis, you said 4.
Yep.
Awesome. Ventus.
I got a 19 this time.
Heyo.
I rolled a 17 too, but I just have a +2.
And win.
I crit. So I have a 21.
Oh, I thought it would crit fail.
Crit fail.
So the Will-O-Wisp with its unbelievably high dex will act first. And it's somewhat intelligent.
Oh no.
Ooh, Louis does an 11 hit?
Almost.
I'd really hope not.
I have a 12, my dude.
That's why I made sure to ask.
Like I said, almost.
My dexterity's a 13. I don't really want for me.
So what does it look like when it comes over to try and zap you and it misses?
I think Louis just not paying attention, and it just happens to dodge his shoulder.
Mr.
Louis
Wizard
remembered to
style.
wear his rubber thong today, and so it
Yeah.
amazing. Yep, so it tries to zap you and does not work. When you're up.
Cool. I'm gonna cast Toll of the Dead on the
Ooh, yeah.
Will-O-Wisp.
And that's a wisdom save.
Yes, sir.
8.
That fails. So you take
Toll of the
7
Dead.
points of damage. Oh wait, has it been damaged?
It has been damaged thanks to
Ooh.
Norm's horn.
Horns Norm.
Norm. Hermaderma.
You take 10 points of damage, baby.
And that's necrotic, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You'll love to see it.
Wow.
Wow. Toll in the Dead. Ventus.
I'm gonna
You're leaning up against
move
the wall.
away from that mess over here, and I will go ahead and in the Will-O-Wisp, it shocked me earlier, right?
Yep.
Like electricity.
Electricity, yes.
Electricity. I will shoot a firebolt at it.
Shoot a firebolt at it.
A 24.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's gonna hit.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba. 7 points damage.
Okay. With its ethereal nature, it's hard to tell exactly how it's doing, but its light seems to be wavering a little bit. Luminosity.
And that's my turn because
Okay.
I don't have a bonus action.
Casimir.
Cool. I'm gonna move up here, and from, 15 feet away, I'm gonna swipe at this thing with my pole arm.
With your perfectly normal reach.
Yeah, 15?
A 15 does not hit. It dives and moves out of the way.
Cool. Okay. 10. I'm gonna keep moving. We hear cracking resuming from the other room.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm 15, 20, 30. Yeah, I'm gonna start making for this exit over here. And that'll be my turn.
Okay. It's gonna take it to Norm.
How long is this lady?
How long is she?
How tall is this lady?
She's like 5'3", 5'2".
Alright, so I gotta two-hand that. I wanna hit the orb with the lady.
to make an attack roll with just your strength.
Okay. You're saying that I'm not proficient with white women?
You're a yak.
You don't
Someone
know the
quote
kind of
that.
game. You don't know the kind of game this man has.
I'm not proficient in white women.
Yeah, I agree. That has to.
Let me see if I can do it from the chat.
22.
What were you even rolling for?
To hit the orb with the white. lady.
What was the roll in the die?
18.
Jeez.
Are you
You have strength of 4+4, don't you?
Yeah.
This is dumb as
That's
hell.
insane.
I am just absolutely devastated to say that hits.
How much does a white woman do in damage?
I'm gonna say 1 plus your strength, and because this is clearly an ethereal creature, it's gonna do half, so that's 2 points of damage.
So white women don't do psychic damage?
Ah!
Not unless you let them in close first.
2 points psychic damage.
Anything else, Alan?
Yeah, I might have something here.
Oh, there's more.
Oh, there's more. He said with worry in his voice.
Worry and delight.
Wait, okay, can I one-hand attack, or did that mean need like a two-hand
That would be a
attack?
2-hand.
Two-hand attack? Okay, cool.
Beautiful.
Can I
I
bonus
love that the fucking recap from the stream labs came up right after you quoted that.
I'm not proficient in white women? Don't know what's going on?
Neither do we.
Me neither. That's what I should do one week, is if I forget to do it, just change it to like, don't know what's going on, and then do recap. Us neither.
Me neither.
Alan, you're level 2. There can't be that much you have at your disposal.
hammering horns? So bonus action to shove the target with my horns.
Do you have to run to do that?
Immediately after you hit with a melee attack, you can use a bonus action to shove the target with your horns. Target must be no more than one size larger within 5 feet.
Does it deal damage? Or is it
No,
just
it just
shoving? Well, it's a little ghosty, so it's immune to being knocked prone and immune to being grappled, so your horns just through it.
Yeah, that's it.
With the white lady dragging across the ground.
Yeah.
Louis.
I'm gonna shillelagh the wisp.
Go to... Shillelagh. Roll good, roll good.
All right,
How much time do I need to attune with a white lady?
19 to hit.
19 is exactly what you needed, so go ahead and roll your damage.
Jesus.
see.
Hell yeah,
All
that's a
nimble.
10 damage. 10
And,
magical.
yeah, that's
shillelagh
magical.
damage. Yeah.
How do you want to do this?
Oh,
Louis gets the killing blow on the will-o-wisp.
hell yeah.
Everyone
I
hydrate
think,
while Travis describes it.
I think he legitimately like swings, expecting to like go through and miss, and then it hits it and evaporates it, and he's just like,
Oh.
oh.
Oh god, but anything else on your turn, Travis? As everyone looks at you like, wow, he did it.
I think I'm just gonna go over here. Well,
Yeah, you see that Ventus, Casimir are already kind of making their way out of the
Downtown.
room.
yeah, they seem to be going. Well, you know what? They seem to be going this way. I'm gonna go. I think I have 30 feet. Move 25. I'll move here. And kind of just just make sure that I am able to see the things that might be coming from the ice without being in the range of the things coming from the ice.
Gotcha. Okay, Gil. You can still hear the ice cracking, occasional footstep, but nothing in sight quite yet.
And Wind's Sanctuary is gone by this point?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Boss battle phase 2.
I'm gonna start. Oh fuck! Where was it? 1, 2. I'm also gonna start moving towards the exit, but I'm just gonna go ahead and have the arrow knocked, like kind of keep my eye on the back, just like okay, this thing's fucking coming. So I guess prepared an action to shoot at whatever comes around the corner.
Okay.
Oh, I don't want it. I don't like it.
It's gonna have to dash. Oh, this is so hard. A 20, maybe even 30 something foot tall giant skeleton draped in furs, peppered with arrows, and wielding a very large, rusted, basically handmade axe at the time, lumbers around the corner with this big helmet with these large ram horns on it. It's very apparent to those of you native to Icewind Dale, but especially Gil. Is that kind of yeah, that's fine. That it is a frost giant. You can tell by the furs and clothing and the weapon styles and the armor styles. So if you guys, if you're really interested, look up frost giant skeleton in Google Images to see what this big bad boy looks like.
I'd rather not.
He used its full turn, all of his movement and dashing to get to that point. Once he rounds the corner, Gil, if you want to take your shot.
I do, and also, oh good, I looked up what frost giant skeletons look like.
Really cool looking, really awful.
Does a 12 hit?
12 does not hit. It's some
damn
of
it.
those thick armor scraps over its bones. Okay. I'll take it back to the top with Win, Xavier, if you're there.
What is do you mind reminding me what the red box is?
That's where the stone slab is, covered in dead, flayed fishers and bones and bodies.
Okay. And did she say that the soup does anything? I can't remember.
The cauldron, when you add water to it, it turns it into a stew. So it makes it nourishing.
Okay, I have two trains of thoughts here. How big is this cauldron? Does it look like something I could topple over?
It definitely is something you can topple over. And actually, let me get you the... It is at its sort of... It's like, that classic witch belly cauldron. It is at its widest 4 feet. The mouth of it is 3.5 feet. And it's this big, thick copper cauldron. And whenever it's empty, it weighs about 50 pounds. So it's a pretty big, chonking thing. But if you dump it over and empty it out, all it would take really is just carrying it in your arms and running out with it.
So here's my idea, right? It's a little out there. I was thinking it's full of like soup or whatever now. What if we knocked it over and made it like slippery on the already like ice floor to kind of give us a little bit of a little leeway, difficult terrain maybe? Who knows? Who knows? I have that, and then I also. So
I can use this lady as the tripwire.
Good. The primordial that we spoke to, it's friendly with us, right?
More or less.
More or less friendly. Okay. I'm gonna do the soup thing first. I'll do the primordial thing second.
Okay.
So,
Go ahead and
I'm
give
gonna-
me an athletics check to tip over that cauldron.
okay. 15.
Okay, and what sort of direction are you going to be doing it? Or it's like which side of Norm or which side area of the cauldron are you going to be pushing?
I'm trying to push it like towards the giant, where the giant is coming in,
Okay.
to kind of make it like hard for it to get to us a little bit.
Let's see the kind
Does
of
it have a beard?
a beard?
Yeah.
What? So I'm going to do that. Ugh. Does it have a beard? No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I'm seeing a lot of frost giant skeleton miniatures, and they all have beards.
This
So
one's
you-
shaved.
You toss this big cauldron of stew over. You see a lot of severed hands, bones floating in it. But it surprisingly smells good, even to all of you. It smells like a nice, hearty, good stew that you probably haven't had in a minute. But you dump it over. It pulls across the ground. What's next?
I'm assuming that's my action.
Yes.
Sweet. Cool. Then that's all I'm going to do for right now. Unless I have any more movement. Let me see. I was here or here. 15. I can keep backing towards Casimir. I like that idea. Hey, buddy. How's it going? How you going?
How's it doing? How you going?
How's it doing? How's it? Yeah, leave. Ventus, it is your turn. Wind just knocked over that magical cauldron of stew out onto the ice.
So I also have an idea. How high is the ceiling in this room?
Great question that I actually have an answer for.
Ooh.
Sort of a
50
previous
feet high.
50 feet high. Cool. Does it describe the surface of the ceiling? If it looks like it's strong, weak, like what's the deal?
Stone, stalactites hanging from it. But from being 50 feet away, it's hard to tell exactly how stable it would be.
So I'm gonna try something as well. I'll call to everyone and just kind of making a tactical assessment. I think we should get the hell out of here. But what I'm going to do is I think we should try and collapse the roof on top of it. Or at least create some kind of barrier in between us and the skeleton. So I'm going to cast Chromatic Orb again, this time doing thunder damage.
Mm.
And I'm going to try to, at some point, like, not like right on top of it, but like at some point, like, hold on, sorry, let me.
Do we know for a
Like-
fact there's an exit back here? Did we know that?
If anything, we can probably go around.
Can we? There seems to be a pretty solid wall based off of
No, I haven't revealed beyond that secondary
okay,
chamber.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna at least use this as a. Either way, we're trapped in here, even if it's So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a little chromatic orb over here where I've painted a little bit,
Okay.
and I'm gonna try to collapse the roof on top of it, or at least do enough thunder damage to make some debris fall.
Yeah. Honestly, go ahead and just roll the damage for it.
Can I roll just in case I get a nat 20?
Sure.
I didn't, but it was a good roll. It was a dirty 20. 8. Okay, so that's 18 points of thunder damage.
Ooh. Okay. So, because of how tall it is, it doesn't create, a barrier all 30 feet high of the tunnel. but it definitely blocks enough to where he won't be able to just easily step over it. Might be able to cleave through it, break through it, but at the very least, you're just kind of looking at him from like skeletal nipples up.
Nice. And then I will go. Oh, I need to stop drawing. There we go. I will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I will go up that way and kind of see if we're trapped in here or not. But I've at least slowed him down.
There's another frost giant skeleton. I'm just kidding. There's not.
Oh, Jesus.
Ah! We're hemmed in.
Let me
Fight to the
see
death, I see.
here.
Nice.
Mm,
Look at all those skeletons.
those very large skeletons.
You see,
I'm sure that's
beyond-
just decoration. Don't worry about it.
You see a large, frozen body of water, with giant skeletons frozen inside.
Frozen bodies.
And with that, I'll leave Ventus with that knowledge. Casimir, it is your turn.
Okay. Does it look like I don't know, the ceiling is damaged to the point that more projectiles would contribute to what has already collapsed?
Possibly.
Cool. I'm
Perhaps
gonna just wide-eyed, just get bloody hell. I'm gonna fucking taking Ventus's cue. I'm gonna lob a harpoon at the same place to try
Okay.
to.
And what's
collapse.
the range of your harpoons?
I was hoping you wouldn't ask. Let's look up.
Disadvantage. It'll be all right.
Javelin, 30, 120. So yeah, that's
It'll
probably
be a
farther than
disadvantage,
20
yeah.
feet. Okay.
I believe in you.
10.
It arcs and eventually thuds into the icy cave floor.
Isn't that all
Doesn't
that
quite
counts?
reach the ceiling.
Cool.
Where is it
I'll- 2, 3.
In the
4,
soup.
6. Yeah, I'll just use my movement. Because
we
I'm
can
not
make a
trying to deal with that
tripwire.
shit.
Honor guide your javelin. Carson, do you have inspiration?
I do not.
Would you like to use the inspiration that Drew just gave you to re-roll that?
Well, we also had a pool of one from before that I gave to Austin, but we didn't.
I
Didn't I,
will
yeah.
use that.
Do it!
Reroll both,
I
or just
don't,
one.
I don't remember the actual rolling. Just do one straight roll.
That's going to be a 14.
14 still falls just a little bit too short, clacks against the wall. Okay,
Thanks, Drew. I appreciate
we
it.
tried. Okay. So that's going to take it now to Norm.
Hey, alright. When does the giant move?
Very slowly.
Oh, okay.
Heard.
He said when, not how.
Yes.
That's plus. Oh no.
And it's a 30 feet high rubble pile.
Yeah, 20 to 30 feet. Probably more like 20 feet since he's about close to 30 feet. Thank you, Rachel, for the sacrifice to Arl the Frostmaiden.
Not sure what that's supposed to mean.
I will make a note of that.
Oh no.
Every time someone sacrifices to Arl the Frostmaiden, Arl gets 50 more hit points.
I hate that. Please don't.
Or maybe just an extra attack.
Oh,
That's almost worse. No, that
20
is worse,
attacks in a
actually.
row.
That is
My
definitely
20
worse.
attack
It's
will
definitely
be-
worse.
I don't think I can really do anything right now.
Throw
I'll use my.
You can pick up the now empty cauldron.
Chuck it. Shot put
I-
it against the wall.
I want to use my bonus action to bang the white lady on the pot.
What?
Like a timpani. and
Wait, what?
taunt
You're gonna
time.
bang the white lady
What?
on the pond?
What?
Damn.
Like,
Louis, what are you doing?
like a mallet on a timpani, you know?
Step yak.
Hey yo.
Oh my god.
Ayo, indeed.
Like, and let it ring, you know, so the giant can hear. And
Okay.
then, just to kind of taunt him. And then I want to move up a little bit and throw the white lady at him.
Just throwing corpses, man.
I thought that you already threw the white lady.
Can we have you search
No,
the
he just
body instead of
banged
just,
her.
like fucking throwing them?
No, he threw her earlier. He threw her at the will-o-wisp.
Oh no, he
No,
used her as like a like a bludgeoning weapon.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
Do it again.
Yeah, you know that normal thing.
All right, so Alan, you're gonna move up and try to huck her over.
Yeah.
Make a strength roll.
Oh, can't forget
Oh my
that. Okay,
God.
there we go. Strength roll.
Why are you doing? Oh, I want to search the white lady's body.
Bruh, I don't think we have time for that.
No proficiency, right? 15.
Yeah, you think moving across the ice is gonna be any better?
You huck her up. She makes it about 3/4 of the way up that stone rubble wall that's formed, and then falls and smacks back to the ground with a meaty thud.
Can I run back to the pot? Or like start making my way there?
What's your movement speed?
30?
You can start. Oh Jesus! You can start making your way there.
Cool.
Making my way.
Making your way.
There-ish?
So if you're there, you do 5, 10, 20, 20. Yes, right there. Oh man, Alan. Louis. You're standing in some hot stew.
Yeah. Can I see this thing from where it is? I can see it, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna longbow shoot it.
Okay. Longbow shoot it.
Are you though?
Nope. Alright, and then I'm gonna move back.
Wait. Oh, that was a serious answer. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
You already rolled. Cool.
Yeah.
Flipping
Louis' icon inching backwards.
Neat. Awesome. Cool. Love that.
That was it. That's me. I rolled a 3 just in case anybody cared. +3 is a 6.
Yeah, that's gonna be
nice.
All right.
Nice.
Very cool. Very cool.
Great.
Okay. Gil.
I know this was asked earlier, but I have the attention span of a goldfish. There is stuff directly above the
Glump.
giant that I could possibly knock down.
Potentially.
Hang on, I'm playing chess in my brain.
Rook to 3.
You need to have a letter with that too. I don't.
No, run.
Rook
Okay.
to H5.
That's not even one of the letters you can move to.
Rook to Z2.
Even worse.
And Louis, Ventus, and Casimir are booking ass out of here. Right?
They are. They're booking
Okay.
ass.
I dropped
in,
my load. Now I'm leaving.
in that case, I'm actually remembering what she said about what the pot does. I'm gonna run over to the pot. I'm gonna grab it. And
Okay.
I'm gonna book ass out.
Big
And
strong men.
not only big strong men, but Goliath with double carry weight.
So you
Powerful
very
build,
easily
baby.
hoist
Just-
it up, start running.
I'm just gonna I'm put the bow away, pull the axe out, and just like hold the fucking like a handle on the pot over my back and just go with the axe out. Instead.
Okay.
I think there. Yeah, 1, 2, yeah. Ding.
Okay.
Wait, did Norm not move? He's gonna die.
Speaking of being really the last one in line of sight, or being the most prominent in line of sight, Norm, if you will make a Constitution saving throw,
Oh,
you should be okay.
no. Good.
That's sure. All right.
Uh huh.
Oh, that's pretty good. What's my con? Hey, okay. 21.
Damn.
You are
nice.
fine. You see an icy blue glow to the frost giant's eyes, and you kind of feel a little chill down the back of your neck, but you shake it off fairly easily. All the while using his arms to kind of cleave through, pull stone down, and eventually try to climb over, but not this moment. So I'll take it back up to the top with Win. You see the rest of your companions, except for Norm, booking ass, as it were.
Okay. This is gonna sound weird, but is it echoey in this cave?
Yes, very echoey.
Wonderful. I am going to use thaumaturgy to boom my voice, make it super loud, and I'm going to shout out in primordial, "We need your help," trying to get the aid of the primordial creature that we saw before.
Make a persuasion check.
Norm is
buddy.
temporarily deafened.
I'm just shouting to the heavens.
I'm doing my best.
Primordial Jesus, please.
It's an 18.
An 18?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Cool.
No immediate response, of course, but we'll see what happens.
And after doing that, I just say quietly, or I guess still loudly, "Norm, you better get out of there." And then I'm running away. Nice.
But you wanted help.
He said
I
it
don't
primordial. He said
understand
primordial. So, moving down the list a bit, Ventus, Casimir, I assume you keep booking ass.
Yeah.
All right, so you can go ahead and move yourselves however far if you're dashing or if you're gonna do
Actually,
something else.
I wanna take a firebolt at disadvantage where I hit the. It's very far, so I will be at
I see.
disadvantage. But I want to keep trying to collapse the tunnel.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, that's good. That's good. We'll see if that works. 16.
No, go ahead and roll the bit of damage.
Nice. 7 points of fire damage to further try to collapse a little bit.
The bit of progress that the skeleton had made, ripping through the wall, gets filled in just a little bit, but not nearly as much as there was before. It seems that the looseness that's happened has already fallen, and now it's just whatever gets broken off.
Okay, and then I will go 10, 15, 20, 25. Keep moving that way.
Okay.
Cool. I think I'm just gonna take full dash action out this way and try to get a lay of the land of what's going on over here.
Yes.
Yeah, you go in front. I don't want to run into any more will-o-wisps.
6
Too late. I'm just kidding.
and
Nat 20 again.
12. Cool. Oh, so I imagine at this point I'm pretty sure-footed and on ice. So I'm just kind of bound across this, and can I make, I guess, a perception check or just get an idea of what's going on? I mean, I imagine I see the skeletons, but I mean, do I see any points, any exits? That would be immediately relevant.
So, if you look at the map a little bit, you can see that over toward this sort of northeastern area, over where northeast of you, that there's another sort of frozen waterfall over there where there was once maybe a river or something that spilled into here, and filled in this sort of lake area. It's all frozen, of course, and there's the potential for that river to continue elsewhere. But because you are already at sort of the end of the line, so to speak, that probably just leads deeper underground and farther away from any kind of actual exit, unless you get lucky. But it could also potentially be a hiding place, for a temporary hiding place. Also, along with that, because of the holes in the ceiling, you can see some of the aurora overhead casting a bit of light down onto this frozen pond filled with frozen, entombed giant skeletons. Go ahead and make a history check for me.
Oh boy. history check, eh? Okay, +0. 6.
This seems like it'd be a pretty big deal with all these frozen giants here, but not exactly sure why. But there's also this sort of escarpment off to the side. Yeah, I just used the word escarpment.
Putting that English
Bro,
degree
that's
to use.
crazy.
I actually learned that word from D&D.
Learned that word from none other than Andrew fucking Scroggs.
Yep.
At least what that meant.
Cool. I'll just hunter instincts, take a lay of the land and prepare for what's to come, and that'll be my turn.
And as you can also see on the map, that escarpment leads basically flanking behind the skeleton, and it's rocky enough that you could probably fairly easily climb it. It would just take about half your movement. You wouldn't have to necessarily make checks or anything.
Let's just loop-de-loop. Loop-de-loop this fool. He
And
won't even know.
pull, and your shoes all looking cool.
Loop-de-loop and pull.
And
shoes are looking cool.
figure I'll ask Norm, what you gonna do?
Can I dash?
Good idea.
And I'll
Perhaps.
put the white lady on the way.
You'll dash and pick up the white lady on the way.
I'll still probably be lagging behind a bit.
Grab the white lady. And then you dash toward the party.
Yeah.
Are you gonna avoid the soup?
Do I still have those temporary hit points?
Don't think so. Do they fade? About to learn today.
I don't
I'm
think
free, yeah,
temp
do
hit
it.
points fade.
I'll just blaze through it.
Make a dex save for me.
Dex?
Yes.
17.
You slip and slide a little bit, almost comically across the soup. You accidentally punt a severed hand. But with your dashing, you only moved like 10 feet. So you could basically get anywhere in that room you wish. And I'm just going to move the white lady off to the side so we don't have to move her token anymore.
Okay. Wait, how far can I go?
Basically from that position, give yourself another 30 feet.
Okay, I'll move next to Win. Hey, bud.
Sorry,
giant.
sorry to interrupt. It says unless a feature that grants you temporary hit points has a duration, they last until they're depleted.
Oh,
so
heck yeah.
it would have dropped whenever my thing dropped.
Okay. Good to know. And then I'm just gonna jump down to Louis and Gil. I assume still booking the H out of there.
I really want to search that body.
Well, he grabbed it, didn't he?
Did you grab the body?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, thank God.
And
Okay.
With a dash, I run.
Yeah, I have a movement speed of 50 after with a dash, so. You did grab the cauldron too, right?
Yeah,
That's what you
I've got
said.
the cauldron slung over. Basically, I'm holding it kind of like over my back like this.
I lost count.
Norm, please make
'Cause I
another
am a strong boy.
Constitution saving throw. As you're still kind of pulling the rear.
21.
Fuck! Again.
Boiled again.
Trying to stop you with his icy gaze. And actually, Gil, go ahead and make a history check for me. And before you do it with advantage, I believe. I made that note right. Yes, do it with advantage.
Oh. That's a good thing I'm not proficient and I have a -1 to intelligence. That would be a 15.
You know, as you step out onto the ice with all these frozen giant bodies beneath it, you recognize where you're at least from stories, from mythology. Oh, so long ago, before the days of the everlasting Rime, before everything was frozen solid, this icy body of water you're standing on used to be a hot spring. And particularly, it used to be a hot spring that the frost giants would go to. Particularly, it was a very sort of sacred place where frost giants would come here to die. And so all these frost giants, skeletons beneath you, are old. Frost giants that are retired and come here to pass away very gently in this hot spring, but since have been completely frozen over. And then it starts to kind of piece together that this whole complex was probably a holy place for these frost giants. Somewhere. Which is also one of the reasons why it's so big. And it all starts to kind of piece together. You're not sure if this frost giant that's chasing after you was one of these that didn't die in this spring and died elsewhere in these caverns. But you recall these stories of the frost giants coming here to die, live out their days.
One of the bodies has a giant pacemaker.
Oh god. Okay, so running. Norm succeeds. The guy is trying to get through the walls again. And basically what I'm going to do is, now I'm going to lump you guys just into a group. And it's sort of going to be like a pseudo chase thing, just because I want to, I want you to have a choice about which ways you go. So we'll just assume you guys are able to group up together. And very quickly, sort of on your group's turn, decide which way you're going to go.
I say we loop back around, because we know that's the way out.
Safe to assume that it probably follows the river.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking we just loop back around the way that we know leads back to where we came out.
As in where the frost giant originated, where he was born.
Yeah.
That
Can
way?
can I make a reasonable assumption that he's not super smart?
Yep, most undead, especially skeletons, not that smart.
I mean, we
Not
can.
no
I just was
range.
going with the known quantity. We know that leads out. We can go follow the river if we want to just play it on the safe side. I don't care either way.
I like exploring.
Well, there's not going to be a really.
I was gonna say exploring with a giant skeleton on our ass does not sound fun.
To you.
Sounds like we are running away for a reason.
Yeah,
Shut up.
I imagine we can hear the skeleton from down
Yep.
this way. I say,
I vote we follow the river. I think that takes us back too close to Big and Bony.
Yeah, I'd rather not go in the direction of the skeleton.
yeah, I'm gonna start going up the riverway.
Up around the riverway.
Yeah.
Same.
Around the riverway.
Cool. So group majority.
That's fine. I don't care.
Riverway.
Let's go.
So,
We dash?
hearing the I assume so, booking it. And with enough tricks of up your sleeves, the rock collapse, the soup that the skeleton definitely slips on, the confusion when he can't see you and doesn't know where you ended up, you eventually run along the river. You run under that sort of icy bridge overhead. And by the time you round the corner, Win, you see your water elemental friend about to take off down that tunnel in the direction he heard you.
Oh.
Do you want to stop him?
I think I was stop him. I was just gonna let him just fight the skeleton. I feel like that'd be kind of cool, but I just say, hey, thank you. I see that you came to our aid, but we made it out safely. We're fine. Thank you. If you'd like, we're going to leave this place. You could come along with us, and you can leave this cave or if you want to stay here, do as you wish. Do you want to follow, or do you want to stay?
It just reduces down into a puddle on the ground.
All right. Well,
It's like
it was
a
nice
water
meeting
dog.
you. You have a lovely life. Goodbye.
Oh, we almost had a water dog. That
A water
hurt.
dog. You continue booking it along the icy river, and then until eventually you step out onto the frozen lake or the frozen surface of Loch Dinneshere and make your way over to the beach, eventually to your boats, and can rest easy for a moment as you hear the echoing of the giant skeleton as it breaks through from the tunnel where you just exited and stops, lets out a big ethereal undead sigh, and turns back and goes back inside into the caves.
Can we bring back the fish boat too, or no?
Yeah, you could trail it behind you.
Tow it behind us with a
Yep.
rope.
Cool, that was bloody close.
That was definitely more than I assumed we would find there, but I guess these are unpredictable lands.
High five.
I
Yeah,
high five.
Yeah,
high five. Yeah, high five.
Norm has the hag under his arm.
Oh yeah. Can I stretch her?
Oh, jeez.
Oh, yeah,
Well, that was good thinking, I guess. Offering proof that that's what happened to the fisherman. That's not bad. It's smart thinking.
What?
So, I also feel like this cauldron might help solve some of the woes that they have for losing those fishermen.
That's absolutely true.
Ooh, can I put some water in it, see if it actually makes soup?
More importantly, how good that soup is, you know?
She said it was bland, but she also eats people.
As you take this moment to look at it, it's actually, despite it, just being cooked to make or used to make a human stew, it's very nice. It's made of very thick copper that's now turned green with age. But along the sides of it are all these images and engravings of fey creatures, nymphs, fairies, satyrs, all that, dryads, everything. And it's even fit with handles for holding it, a lid, some ladles, all sorts of good stuff, and then these 5 clawed feet on the bottom to hold it upright. You gather up, take some water, and pour it in there. It doesn't immediately turn into a stew, and you notice it gets this kind of weird, gross film on the top. And then maybe Wynn's not that much of a cook, but maybe the more rugged folks of like Casimir and Gil, that a stew, whenever you're making it like this, has to be stirred, or it's going to settle and get really gross and burn on the bottom.
I typically cook for myself. You got to get the film off the top. You have to
stir it around.
Yeah. And so you grab the ladle, stir it, and immediately you notice that the stew or the water that you put in it is hot. It is steaming, even though there's no heat source. And after about a minute of stirring, somehow, whenever it starts turning this brown broth, it's more opaque, and then whenever you dip the ladle in and pull it out, the actual stew within the ladle is full of meat and potatoes and carrots and celery that were not in there before. And it smells just amazing. And just a little quick taste, it is just as delicious as it smells. No human flesh. And it seems to be a pot of unlimited food.
Now
if she could just put water in here and make stew, why was she putting people in here?
Like,
you know what? I want to say, I'm glad she's dead. Because she truly was a terrible person.
Finally.
We also have to remember. Oh.
No, what are you saying?
I was gonna say, we also have to remember that different creatures eat different things. What might be good to us might be bland to others. She was a creature that eats people, so I'm assuming regular stew does not do it.
I'm just saying, maybe we should keep this.
Yeah, I was thinking this could be an incredible business venture. I mean,
or
we have unlimited soup here. We could sell that. We don't ever have to go out and get supplies. This is,
okay.
Or we could give it to a town so they stop sacrificing people. in order to
I
conserve
don't think they're going to stop
resources.
sacrificing people.
Why would we sell it if we could just give people food?
Yeah, I agree with that. But
these
the
these people just lost the 4 people that brought them most of their food.
that is true.
If we don't give it
They-
to Easthaven, we can at least take it around to the other cities and offer it while we're there. At least do that if we're going to hold on to it.
A traveling soup kitchen.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound too bad. I mean, I don't know. Just giving it to a town that is sacrificing people. Again, you're saying they won't sacrifice people no more, but
Well, some of the towns are not sacrificing people; they're sacrificing food. So, we can.
If we give it to
Oh,
them,
so you're saying hold it to give it to the town. Once we find the sacrificing food town, give it to them.
No, I'm saying that even if we don't give it to anyone, we can at least hold on to it and give the people food as we're traveling.
oh yeah, that sounds reasonable.
Y'all ain't never like frozen stew before for later.
No.
Yeah, you know, if you make a big pot and you can't eat all of it, you can freeze some of it, put it in a place where it ain't gonna get, the animals ain't gonna get into it, ain't gonna get dirty, and then when the time comes, you bring it back inside and put it in the pot, eat it up, and it's good to go. So I mean, we could just make a bunch of this stew and give it to him and have him freeze it. They'd have food for weeks and months to come.
With a
Well, we also have to be aware that perhaps this pot has some kind of limitation. Magic normally has limitations.
Maybe. I don't know anything about that, but
I do like the idea. Or we could go ahead and make some, freeze them, and then sell them to towns that need. Okay, I see that
They don't have any-
one here. I see that no one here is a fan of making money.
For someone that proclaims to be nobility and rich, you sure are wanting to collect more money.
Yes, how do you think we stay rich? By
Scamming
making
people?
more money.
I'm
No, we
assuming.
don't scam. We just take their kingdoms. Making money. Simple. It's simple. It's business 101.
We did not take the same business class.
Where are people teaching classes? Anyway, let's go ahead and get going. I suppose. Let's go in that lake, right? Well, let's.
I mean, I don't. I mean, if the issue is, she did not really give us any direction. She just said in the lake. So unless Wynn wants to swim around for several hours in the dangerous waters, I think we could put a pin in that.
Well, then why don't we ask more questions? Y'all really? I asked questions, and then y'all said, "Nah, we can get that later."
Do I find
You know, you are the one that killed her.
Excuse me. We killed her.
We killed her. Yeah.
Oh yes, correct. Thank you. You both are the one that killed
You're
her.
right. You didn't contribute to the conversation.
Mhm,
Let's go ahead and.
I did, and no one listened to me.
Alan, you find a bunch of horrific things like pouches of fingernails, a little
Gross.
necklace made of human teeth,
A map?
a thing of gloves that have been made from a degloved hand. The skin was just ripped off and then stitched back together to make a little glove.
Maybe some gloves of finding treasure.
I'm gonna go on a limb. I think it's good we killed her.
yeah.
I don't think she was.
I'm not that. That's
keeping her
not a
around was
point of
good.
contention. I'm glad she's dead, but I don't think we should be like, well, you should have asked her where it was before we killed her.
You didn't know. I'm
If
not
you
putting
wanted to
down
know,
on
you
that.
should have asked her.
Well, this is
We
also
did.
the
She
same-
said it was
wait,
at the bottom of the lake. That's all
this
she
is
told us.
this is also coming from the same guy that needed consent to kill her in the first place. All right, so
I'm sorry that I'm trying to make sure as a person that is not from here, not
That
trying
seems
to
like
do
that seems like
anything
a very large excuse to be complacent when it comes to problems in the world. I'm not from here. I don't have to deal with the politics.
I'm not from here. I'm not trying to cast my outwardly worldview on the practices of this area.
So
Killing people seems pretty bad.
So you are not going to be swimming to the bottom of the lake right now, correct?
Wait, how big is this lake?
It's just massive, like 20 miles across, and
Oh,
you know,
fuck.
it's just huge and it's deep and it would take you probably weeks and weeks and weeks to even.
Yeah.
It ain't my
Consider-
time.
We'll wait till the cleric gets locate object. They'll be fine.
I imagine you spend like the hour trip back just bickering and yelling as you row your boats back to Easthaven.
Yeah.
Now with
I'd call it a spirited debate.
Okay.
you better say something.
I have a thought.
Okay.
Gil has a thought. What if we could accomplish both things? We are
Alright.
not fans of the leadership of the town,
So we want to kill him?
but the people need food. If you want money so badly, perhaps you could talk to the speaker of the town and convince him to buy it. You get your money, the town gets a source of infinite food.
Are we getting paid for this mission?
Yeah, it seems like they are just going to say, hey, you found this here. Just give it to us.
Yeah,
I
I
haven't-
don't think we aren't getting paid. This was kind of like a pro bono type.
No, this is
situation.
we're getting paid.
No one ever asked, or it was
No.
it was never brought
We're-
up. No
We're
discussion.
we're doing this for favors and to not
Yes.
have to deal with a lottery.
Yes,
That's right.
Our names are stricken from the lottery.
I would. The thing is, I don't mind giving them the food from it, but I do think we should hold on to it, just so we can hold on to it for other towns. Easthaven is only one of 10 towns, so when we are going to most likely be going to more than just Easthaven, so we might as well keep it with us and help out to the different towns as we travel. And then if we find a place of particularly great need, we can give it to them.
I like that idea, but I also like your idea as well. Here's the thing. What if we do need to talk to their leader, whoever that may be? We may be able to use this as a bargaining chip. Say, we give you this magical pot of infinite food, you stop sacrificing people.
They're not gonna, but they think this is
Sometimes-
the way. They think this is the way to stop Frostmaiden from killing them. No,
Well, that's because of their leader, though. Well, maybe we should kill the leader. Going back to your point,
I don't think
I'm not trying to kill no leaders.
I don't think a political coup is probably in the best interest of 10 towns at large.
I have a great personal disdain for the leadership of this place, but killing the leadership of this place will only destabilize it further.
I was making a joke just to be clear, but
I figured you were.
Was
I was just trying to make sure that Lynn doesn't actually try to kill him right now.
it's fine.
You can't joke about such things. Some people will take you seriously.
You could just say my name. I would.
okay. Anyway, so you're not swimming to the bottom of this lake.
Absolutely not. I've already taken off my armor.
I'm kind of pissed about it, to be honest. This is less than ideal.
My feet are up. I'm not swimming.
There's money.
That's what I don't understand. You're literally talking about the fact that you don't want to do it, but then all of a sudden you want to scam these people out of their hard-earned cash. I don't know.
It's easier to scam someone than to work hard yourself. Come on, business 101.
You literally said just the other day that swimming was super easy for you.
Can we
It
take a
is.
short rest while we're on the way back?
Yeah, please.
Who are the people rowing?
I am.
So those
Fuck
two
no.
will not get a short rest.
That's
I
okay.
will
I-
during this short rest. I want to use Arcane Recovery, and then with that a spell slot that I get back, I would like to use Find Familiar to turn Zeph into a fish, and I want to send Fish Zeph to look around the lake and see just a little bit and see if he can find anything resembling a treasure.
Hell yeah.
Roll a d20 for me.
Modern problems require modern solutions.
19.
Within the first 15-20 minutes, Zeph very quickly gets pursued by a giant knucklehead trout.
What if I turned him into a big fish?
I don't think you could do that.
Okay, if he gets pursued by a big knucklehead trout, I'll just get him to come back, and I will dismiss him until later that I can make him not a fish.
Pulls Zeph out, starts flopping on the floor. Shit, I forgot to turn him back.
No, better. I won't turn him into a fish. I will turn him into a puffin. So he still looks like a toucan, but he is a puffin. The beak still looks the same, but he is a puffin now.
It's terrible. So, for the sake of brevity, a couple things as you return to town. You see that you have just barely missed the public execution of the Red Wizard. As you dock up your boats, carry them back out onto the ice, and make your way into the town proper, the stake that he has been tied to is already aflame, and the crowd of people outside of the town hall where this Red Wizard is being executed. Hauntingly, the entire crowd is standing very close to the burning stake, using it as warmth, using his burning body as warmth.
What was the wizard executed for?
He had hired some of the townsfolk to do a job for him, and then killed them all afterward, so they wouldn't reveal any information. Do what?
Do I recognize him?
No, not in his current
corpse?
singed form.
Okay.
Is the guard captain that hired us to do this there?
Yes, you see her in her tailored coat and hat. And she sees, a little bit worse for wear, big cauldron, dead body of the hag.
Wave with the white lady's hand.
That's
She
I smack the white lady. She's like, stop.
she waves you over to the side and says, let's go inside where it's a little more quiet and doesn't smell like burning flesh. She leads you into the main entry room of the town hall. Says,
I say, how about cold flesh?
what is that?
That's
Your
fine.
culprit for your
Yeah.
missing fisherman.
One of them, I would say.
So they didn't survive, I assume.
Unfortunately,
No.
Do you want it?
No, but we can dispose of it. So, what did she do?
no. I look at Louis like trying to be like, is there a better way to articulate
Yeah,
this? I'll let you.
Okay. No. She sometimes would kill them, but for the most part, there is still a giant skeleton down there. We killed some harpies that were also doing some killing. It was just a dangerous
Yeah.
little area.
Yeah, I hold up the fucking hooked harpy head that I have.
Wow, trophy
would just-
takers.
Yeah, I would just recommend not have anybody go down there.
Why did they go down there? What led them out there? Was a lot of knucklehead that way?
Harpies might have helped. Harpies can charm them.
Maybe the scarcity of fish and the water being frozen over led them further and further.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
But we killed her. She was definitely commanding some of the things
Yes.
around there.
Good.
So hypothetically, people should be okay to fish in that area as long as they don't go inside the caves.
Okay, good. And
We also found a source of food that we can help create some food, but it's we'll be taking it with us when we leave. But it's a way for us to produce some food for you all.
what do you mean? A good fishing spot that you found?
And I heft the
we-
cauldron over.
I look at Gil and I kind of like try to articulate, follow me here.
Yeah.
We have some supplies that we can use to make food in this pot, and we would be willing to share since some of us are from out of town. We have some supplies we can share, but
How is it different from any other pot you have?
it's just a pot.
So you have a lot of ingredients to make food?
Yes.
That's strange.
We are travelers, and we have some.
That doesn't really. That
Do you
doesn't.
do you want food or not? I'm just
Well, of course. But then
if
you're going
would,
to leave afterward?
Since we've helped you with your problems, there might be some, unless you have something else you'd like us to do.
I think we're fine for now. And actually, she reaches into her bag and she says, whenever we were detaining this wizard, we confiscated some things from him. So if you want to, as a thank you, you can have one of the things we confiscated from him. They're magical. Don't really know what they mean, but you can have one. We'll keep another in case there's another deed that needs rewarding. And she holds out in one hand what looks like a copper spell scroll tube, and the other one looks like a little leather bag that's sort of dyed dark gray. She says, if you want to look at these, I know you look the learned type. If you want to look at these, and
would you be willing to, if we provide some food for your town, a substantial amount of food, would you be willing to part with both?
Possibly. I'm still not fully understanding, but we'll say you can take one now and we can discuss later.
If I would love the scroll, but it really is a group we should decide.
yeah, sure, we can take the scroll. I mean, what's the other thing again? Oh, the bag.
Bag.
I don't know. Bag seems pretty useful. What does the bag do? Is it just a bag?
Oh, I have no idea. I just found it on this person.
Can
we
reach
look
inside?
at them?
Yeah, yes, of course. And she hands them to you.
I'm gonna fist that bag.
It's just a little, like, almost coin purse sized bag, and it feels like it's full of cotton balls.
I'm gonna put my hand in there.
It feels like it's full of cotton balls.
Just full of cotton balls?
Yep.
Can I pull out a cotton ball?
Yep. Let me grab my Dungeon Master's guide.
Oh, is this I know what it is now. Bag of tricks. I think.
Bag of cotton balls.
Travis, roll a d8 for me.
Yep, bag of tricks.
Oh boy.
D8, you say?
Louis turns into Sackboy from Little Big Planet.
3.
The little sort of gray cotton ball floats out into the air and turns into a badger that thuds to the ground and looks around. It's like, and immediately starts to scurry away.
Okay. Well, if you want that, you can have it for food. However, I mean, I personally, I like. I mean, what is a scroll? Can we see what the scroll is?
Taking a moment to undo the scroll. Those of you who are spellcasters could check it out. It is a spell that you're not familiar with called Attract Metal, and it's sort of a magnetism type spell
Well, that there might be good for.
that lets you manipulate metal things.
I would sure like that.
I want to try and catch and befriend the badger.
It immediately starts playing with you. It doesn't take any befriending because it's already friendly to all of you, and immediately rolls over onto its belly.
Okay,
Hey.
this bag of tricks is really starting to seem cool.
So let's just take the bag for now, and we can. So, in exchange for the scroll as well, if you come back in a little while, we will have a container of stew for several townspeople. What do you say?
That'll work.
You got some buckets.
Yeah, some buckets. We just need some water help make the stew.
We can also just freeze it. I think there was something about putting it under snow or ice or something.
With the blacksmithing background, can I make some like Pyrex containers?
With my plastic smith background.
I mean, given enough time, you can make containers. And she mentioned, she says, what if we, say in tomorrow morning or tomorrow evening, just set up like a little area, and we can tell the townsfolk to bring their own containers.
sounds
Yeah,
good.
no, perfect. Because we can fill this we can use this to make our stew, and tomorrow we can feed. And if you don't mind, we've proven ourselves trustworthy. We're not going to run off. We're not going anywhere. If you can give us the scroll now, we can make do with this deal, and you can come back tomorrow, and we will have a giant container for stew for the town.
I'll kind of lean over and be like, why are you so desperate to get the scroll right now?
Because I want to study it.
And all of you can tell that she's eyeing this cauldron because just its appearance is abnormal with all the engravings on it. And that's this big, thick copper cauldron. It's just nice quality. So she's already skeptical of it anyway. She says, we'll wait till people have food in their bellies. And
Fair
another
enough.
scroll.
Results are the best kind of currency. I understand.
She says, well, thank you for your help. If you want to leave that creature's body there, me and the rest of the militia will gather up the Red Wizard, her, and dispose of them.
I drop it and pick up the badger.
You have a bad
Who?
You want the RP head?
Yeah, you can keep that if you want it. And in fact, if you want the hag as well, you can keep her.
Might as well bury it. Even monsters deserve a little dignity in death.
Interesting take. Well, she says, well, again, thank you for your help. Again, you're welcome to stay in town and do what you wish, and I guess I will see you for some food tomorrow.
Yes.
She nods her head and steps out of the sort of town hall entry back out into the snow. And you guys are sort of free to do anything before you head to bed tonight. I assume you're just going to work hard on making stew.
The only reason I didn't tell her about the pot is there seems to be a distrust of magic here. I couldn't risk her destroying it for some strange reason.
Show it.
I mean, she didn't destroy the wizard's things.
I don't know. I just wanted to be careful. I didn't think about that. I also, someone mentioned that they might have just demanded it. So I think that it's as much as I want to believe in the leadership of this town, they've already proven slightly distrustful. So we're going to feed them. So we're still going to be doing good with it.
Yep, I don't trust them knowing about the dank cauldron. So.
No, it makes sense not to trust them. I mean, they voluntarily sacrifice people, so.
We can still give them food. That's what's important.
Exactly.
And if we keep it, we can give food to the other towns as well. Honestly, this would be a great tool to gain favor in the rest of the towns.
How big is this cauldron exactly? Who's carrying this thing?
It's,
I am.
Yeah, 4 feet at its widest, sort of 4 feet diameter, weighs about 50 pounds, not full.
But Gil
Carrying
can carry twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
normal
just a matter of
It's just
how
bulky.
unwieldy it is
Yeah.
to carry and how I need both hands to use my weapon.
Can I craft wood carver's tools?
Make like
I know
a
how to
sled.
wood guard. Yeah, can I craft like a sled or some kind of thing for us? This thing.
That'd be easy enough to do. You left in the morning. It's probably early afternoon. Yeah. And I'll go ahead and say, since you've sort of short rested and had some time with the cauldron, I will send you the deets of it, but I will go ahead and say it only takes a minute to prepare. So you fill it with water and stir it for a minute. But the sort of statistical things that are important is it only takes a minute to do. It can hold 30 gallons of water, and each gallon of water turns into 4 servings of stew. So 120 servings of stew, and it can be used 3 times a day. So 360 servings of stew per day, and it only takes a couple minutes to do.
How many people live in Easthaven?
That's what I was just looking up.
8.
750.
Oh shit.
Why don't we do some stew today?
Yes.
Freeze it, and then we can do stew tomorrow, and then literally
Yes,
everybody can get a serving.
Let's do that. So I'll get started and go try to gather some water and
Yeah.
help whoever gathers some
I'll
water.
say it's easy enough to do, and I assume kind of doing it in secret, but most people kind of keep to themselves anyway, so that is not a problem at all.
I want to go to blacksmith.
You want to go to a blacksmith?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, what you find is not necessarily a professional blacksmith, but just the guy who makes like the nails and hinges for the town.
Does he have as much materials as the pot?
No, because that is an obscenely big pot. He could make one half the size.
How much would it cost to borrow his shop in private?
As in, you just rent out his shop?
Yeah.
A gold piece.
Okay. I want to borrow his shop to make a replica of the pot, but half as thick.
Oh, so it's... Oh, I see what you're doing. Make an intelligence check and add your proficiency bonus.
Okay.
Okay, now make a dexterity check with proficiency bonus.
Dexterity.
16?
Yes.
So, basically you make an almost exact replica that's at about 3/4 the size. It's pretty close, and it pretty quickly you realize, like, oh, because the original one is made of bronze. There's not enough bronze to make that, but you could definitely make an iron one and plate it in bronze. Give it the appearance.
Yeah.
Now, where it gets a little troublesome are all of the fey engravings on the side, which it's delicate enough, and then the age of it. That's where I'll let everyone, if you want to try and come up with something, because the bronze is green with age, but you're working with sort of fresh, new bronze. It's shiny. Do you have any clue, any idea of how to quickly age or mimic aging on this cauldron?
I know some magicians.
I know that I actually just looked it up. Lemon juice, vinegar, and salt, but it also requires bleach, which obviously we would not have.
And yeah, I'll explain to you. Like, I don't know, just since this seems to be like potentially a very important thing that can impact 10 towns, we should probably tomorrow when we're serve it in a replica, and maybe, keep the real thing somewhere safe. If we really do want to try and provide for everyone and not, risk it getting stolen.
Well, that's kind of why I wasn't gonna discern or gonna devolve its true nature and just tell people what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But I get what you're going for, and I mean, in worst comes to worst, we have an extra pot that we can serve out of.
Yeah. 3/4 is big.
Yeah. I mean,
Actually, yeah, you can age bronze with vinegar and salt.
Cool.
So.
Would I know that?
I mean, worst comes to worst, we can just put the extra soup we make today into that pot.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like we, freeze the rest and then just fill this pot and then just serve it like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, with that, any other things before you go to rest that night and wake up and have your soup kitchen?
I want to take a deep dive in that book.
Yes.
Wake up.
If that's something that you have to message me for, that's perfectly fine.
I will definitely message you for it. And did someone else say something?
How far from the edge of the lake are we?
If you're staying at the inn, you're basically right at the edge of the lake, like just a hop and a skip over to the shore.
Cool. I'll just toss the harpy head into the lake and just, in my native language, say like, "Return to the earth. May you nourish those who will come." And just walk back.
Okay. Anything else? Okay, so we'll pick up next time with your soup kitchen, and then kind of figure out what's happening after that. Plenty of role playing, some good stuff. But before that, you guys long rest, and you reach level 3.
Yes,
Maybe.
Big pog, baby.
Big
Actually
pog.
having a subclass. Let's
Yeah,
go.
so
Let's go.
feel free to talk about that.
Couldn't
What's
be
your
me.
subclasses? What you're doing? I know, like, you get higher level
Oh, I just
spells,
rolled
I
max.
think. So yeah, talk about that shit.
Just rolled max. Whew.
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Time to roll my spicy D6.
What's a fighter's thing?
D10.
10.
You said talk about it. I'm a
Yeah, who are you gonna be?
I'm a Fey Wanderer Ranger. If y'all hadn't caught it up, I am very persuasive.
Well,
Usually.
I think I'm having a bit of a change of heart about what my subclass.
see, this is why I liked the prolonged wait before subclass, because things change.
Prolonged eye
Because-
contact.
Prolonged.
Because like originally I was gonna go devotion because it was the only one that seemed like it had anything that I would actually be able to use as my character. But Oath of Glory looks pretty.
Oath of
sweet.
Glory is fucking incredible. I love it.
Just inspiring smite. It's like, hello, everyone, take a shitload of temporary HP just because I smacked some guy.
I like the thing where you can carry twice your weight for 10 minutes.
And I already have powerful build, baby. Just literally like lift a whole ass giant. Just
Get
Ass giant.
Ass giant.
ass giant.
My favorite.
But it's like also like
I'll
long
pick new
term-
spells later.
Long term, if I survive this long, the aura for Oath of Devotion.
Aura of Alacrity is sick.
But
Sick.
Aura of Devotion can't be charmed, baby.
That never happens. I've never charmed anyone, especially not Alan's character. Basically in every encounter, somehow.
Whew.
So, Alan, what archetype are you going for?
I think
Have you had a change of heart too?
nah.
What are you doing?
Huh? Oh, Eldritch Knight.
Nice.
Ooh, nice.
Very nice.
And Austin. I think-
Xavier and I are over here just going, we've had our subclass. What are you
Oh,
talking
right.
about?
Just like-
Losers. Austin, I think. Well. Never mind.
Okay.
I was gonna say the spirit point thing,
Mhm.
but I'm trying to divorce it from level ups. So that way it's more like when you do a a story thing, a significant thing. So we'll see. I'm gonna be thinking on it though. Carson, what's Casimir gonna be?
Gloomstalker, maybe.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Two very, very, very different flavors of Ranger.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. And I think what we'll do next time, it'll be a little more low key, but we'll probably do some like role playing highlights of for some of you getting your subclass, like what happens, and so that way we kind of set up the tone for future stories. So like how and why Casimir is a Gloomstalker, how and why, what happens to Louis that turns him into a Fey Wanderer. It'll be lots of fun.
I think it's already happened.
It's kind of already happened, but it's gonna happen again.
Rode the train.
Yeah.
Logan, I sent you something that is mildly relevant.
Okay. Where? Facebook?
Yeah. I also forgot to add a space, so it's
Oh.
gonna look weird.
That's okay. Yeah, we can talk about that in a minute.
Okay.
And so with that, last thing I want to do is you guys can nominate someone for a sweet role-playing, sweet epic moment to get some inspiration if that person doesn't already have it.
Double clutch maneuvers in that fight.
I like Alan with the white lady. Gotta be honest. Ugh.
That wasn't clutch. That was just stupid.
It was amazing.
But it kept going.
I mean, I'm gonna say the chromatic orb fucking saved our asses in that one.
And also like Ventus sticking his ground about the way he felt about the situation, despite being pressured from two different party members.
I'm gonna nominate Jacob.
Jacob, do you have inspiration?
Nope.
Okay, go ahead and take some inspiration.
Yay!
Hooray! Woo! All right. So with that, thank you everyone for coming and hang out. Thank you Drew for being here. Thank you Rachel for hanging out. It's been a while since we had to catch a session. I was about to say thanks Carson for hanging out in the chat. Yep, you of course. Thank you Ian for stopping by. That was awesome. I haven't talked to you in a freaking minute. You've been so busy. Scrolling all the way up, 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 scrolling all the way up.
Scroll up. Take a
I think it's eventually gonna stop me from scrolling up. Thank you, Austin, for being here.
Hi.
Thank you, Alan, for being here.
Yeah.
I'm sweating so bad.
Gross.
We will not be playing next week. Valentine's Day, apparently.
Apparently.
There may or may not be a second Shadows over Drift Chapel this Friday, just because we can't play next week. So just keep a lookout for that. Turn on your notifications so you know when we go live. And of course, just keep an eye out generally as job situation changes, and I might change up my scheduling and how I do some stuff. So with that, I guess whatever horrible thing you guys say to end a stream.
Do it for Dale. Dale, yeah.
The day after tomorrow.